What's going on, guys? Nolan here from Neurotic RC. Today I am showing you how to install a anti-roll bar for your team associated dr10. So an anti-roll bar basically makes this one axle almost. So instead of them being independent, they will work together. So instead of one just going like that, they work together at the same time. They still are somewhat independent, but the anti-roll bar helps eliminates that. So when you're trying to go as straight as possible, it doesn't do that roll, and if you're in a wheelie, it can turn you to one side. So with an anti-roll bar, it makes you basically go a lot straighter. So you need the 71091 dr10 anti-roll bar kit, and it comes with all the parts you need. It comes with this. I screwed this in myself. This is the actual bar. Here's the mounts. Came with these linkages as well. These linkages are kind of hard to put together. They're separate, so you have to screw them in. And they have to be at 15 millimeters. That's not exactly 15 millimeters, but 15 millimeters. So once they both need to be at 15. First thing you need to do is snap these babies in. So you snap them in from the bottom here, and they click in right here onto the back, right there on that little ball joint. So this goes right there. Also do it, probably will be easier if you do on this side, because you can see it should just snap in. Probably a little difficult because it's very tight space. So what I did, I just had it in on the back like this, and I had it hitched. And I just had these pliers, I just pushed it and used leverage, and it snapped in. But I'd recommend taking these tires off. Makes it way easier. But see, it's on right there. So now move on to the other side. Let's take this tire off. Now we got that tire off, can add on the other linkage. Okay, I got this other side on, so it should look like that. So both of them are on. Then take these two larger mounts, not the smaller one, because these clip on top, and mount them. So see that little hole? There's a little hole there. Kind of already goes in. It kind of clicks in and it holds it on its own, but it goes like that. Should look like that. Then you need to use two M2 6mm screws. So I got the other side screwed on, so both sides are screwed on. Then put in your anti-roll bar. There's two little grooves that these go in, just like that. Then you just snap it into these linkages over here. Okay, I got one side on so far. It is actually extremely difficult. What I did, I just kept this linkage on the back right there, and then I just pinched it, and it is extremely hard. I'll try and I'm gonna get this other side real quick, but it is not easy at all. Got this other side on, was not as difficult because this one side was already on, but yeah, you can already see it starts to work. You can see that other side move as well, but it needs to be clamped on. But you can see that what they're supposed to do. So they're not as independent. They're still somewhat independent. I mean, if you fought like that, you can still see it doesn't move, but there's not that much force going on to them. So if it's gonna like jump or something, of course one side is gonna move more than the other, but you can see they are working, and that should help you stay a lot straighter when you get off the line, because the torque of the motor actually is what makes you kind of turn on one side, and especially with independent suspension, that's what happens. For those, you just need 2 of these, and so these just plant, like, just go right on top, just like that, and a clip in. So you just screw right up there. Okay, so once you got those 2 screws in on both sides, take one of these little set screws or grub screws and screw it in right in the middle. All right, holy crap, that took forever. So on the kit, we got the wrong set screws. It came with the wrong set screws. So for these little anti-roll bars right here, it's supposed to come with M3 3mm set screw, but it came with an M5 3mm set screw, these big ones. And luckily I had a couple of the small ones on hand, but this little piece in here was stripped out because I did not pay complete attention on which size set screw, and it started to strip. So I had to wrap it with Teflon tape so it would fit. And it turned in from a 5-minute little project to 30 minutes. And big pain. But you see now, when I move this up, the whole other side does as well. That's an anti-roll bar. So I got these 2 set screws in. Got these little pieces of junk. Came with 2 of the wrong ones. Of the little 3mm. Also comes with 3mm, but they're 5mm long for the piece right here. And those were correct. That's what I actually originally had on here, because that's what fit. But once I was trying to put on the screw here, I'm like, wait, these don't fit. So, and I realized that's the wrong ones. Luckily I had spares, but the wrong screws. Normally I've never had that happen for a kit like this. But anyway, it was kind of a mess, but works good now. I definitely take the wheels off if you're trying to do this. But now, as you can see, works flawlessly. That should help staying straight 10 times better. It was a cheap little kit, like $10. Definitely worth it if you're swirly and you can't stay straight. You got to get an anti-roll bar. I mean, it's somewhat easy to install as long as you got the correct set screws and everything. I mean, it should be fairly straightforward, but make sure you got the right set screws. Because if you don't have any extras, like how I have a box of them, it's gonna be a real pain. And make sure you got some Teflon tape near you as well, because It strips out extremely easily, especially if you start putting in the wrong size screws. You need some Teflon tape. It's all good now. It tightened down really well, actually, after I put a couple wraps of Teflon tape. But it works. I mean, it works at least. It got it to work. Definitely does suck that it came with the wrong screws, but very solid. It's a nice solid. It probably adds some structure to the shock towers as well, because it's metal reinforcement that's attached to this. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you definitely learned something new, especially with if you have your anti-roll bar kit and your screws don't go in. Now you probably know why. It's not the right size screws. So hopefully that helps you guys out on installing it. It's definitely a little tedious. It's not easy at all, because these are definitely difficult to put in. You got to have some good needle nose pliers and leverage to pop them in. But I mean, stiffer the better, because these will probably never come out when you're racing unless you get in a terrible crash. But that's about it. If you guys have any questions or have anything to say, put it down in the comments section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Peace.